Okay. Thank you, Margaret, for letting me know. We had no sound. All right. If you can hear me, just say yes. And if you could type in your city and state in the chat, if you could just everybody get in here. Okay, we get better. We're getting it. Awesome. Awesome. We have not done webinars in a while, and we're coming back with them. We're starting bi-weekly. We have rebuilt the Soda Online. We have its own app, and there's a lot going on. So we're here to tell you a little bit about that. We're going to get started with this presentation pretty quickly because sometimes people take too long in the beginning, and we know you want to watch. But as you are going in and telling me the chats, I see everybody, I know everybody. If you could go in there and say what you're looking to learn, and what we could make webinars on the future, so we know what you're looking for and we're excited about it. So if you don't know, obviously this is my mom, Jan, from Pins and Needles in Cleveland, Ohio. And together we have Sold Online, which is our online community. And we are here to be there for anyone in the country that might not be able to make it to Pins and Needles to bring the inspiration. That is what Sold Online is. So
many people, the one tonight is on alterations, because I'm tired of seeing people walk in and their clothes don't fit them, and you lose weight and then nothing fits, but we can adjust them. So it's fun stuff. So I really think that's fun, but you might have something else in mind, different ways to hem. A lady was in the store the other day and was hand sewing. It was like, oh my God, hand sewing a pair of pajama bottoms. So we had to talk about that.
awesome. Awesome. So like I said, if you have something you want to learn and request a webinar or topic, tell me, do you want to learn free motion? Do you want to learn how to use your decorative stitches? Do you want to learn the possibilities of a serger, which is a completely different world than many of us ever knew because it's changing so fast? If you want to learn quilting in the hoop with embroidery machines, if you want to learn what's possible with machines and digitizing in the machine and IQ, whatever you want to learn, we want to know if you can type that in the chat. I'm going to start the presentation now, and then at the end, we will be here for a question and answers. I'm happy everyone's here. Welcome, and let's get started.
Everyone, we've had a dilemma. We're in the store and we're seeing everybody and our employees and us girls who are teachers and everything. And we're running around making gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous quilts. And they're hiking up their pants and they're pulling up their shirt. I personally just lost a little bit of weight and nothing fits. So I've been saying, okay, we need to repurpose some stuff and we need to do some alterations on stuff. So I'm doing this today to kind of get some feedback from you to say, is this something you folks would be interested in learning more, where you could text me possibly or send an email through the app and tell me what you want. So I want to talk about, I'm going to do 4 different things. Stay with me, it won't take long, but I think you might say, oh my God, I didn't know. Okay, so the first thing is you get a lot of shirts, but they're a little bigger around here than what you need. That happens to me when I buy anything, because by the time you get down to your waist and your butt, you need a bigger shirt, but not up here. That happens to all of us. So what I did is I couldn't wear this sweater, and I bought it very inexpensively. It's very nice, but I couldn't wear it because it kept falling off my shoulder. So I took 2 darts in the back. Do you see how I did that? Guess what? It stays exactly where it's supposed to be. I had a gal come in the other day and she had a shirt and she had just made it, and what I had her do was to take her shirt, put the shoulder seams together, and for her personally, she needed, okay, let's lay this down. She needed some of this taken out, way down here, okay? She didn't need it so much here. But up in this area, she didn't get any curves. She didn't get anything that fit her. And she was a petite lady, but was wearing clothes way too big for her. A lot of us do that for comfort because that's the style, but you can get the comfort if you follow me, because I don't wear anything that's not comfortable. So, but what I did with her is I had her start with just a little bit here, come on down, right on down, and then narrow it right off to the end where it's just like a big dart. What a difference in how that felt and looked on her. It gave her her shape here she needed. She didn't, so you can put an angle, start with nothing, go out an inch, and come back into nothing. If we just do it slowly, it's never going to be noticeable. So very, 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 very easy thing to do, that if you sat there and did 5 garments, you'd have them done in half an hour. So I'm going to take this one, which is another super nice shirt. Truthfully, I found it in my closet, tried to put it on, and again, you can almost tell. If you look how big that opening is here, from here to the center, it's a big opening, for me anyways. One area of my body is my neckline isn't heavy, so that helps. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I don't want to take an inch seam right down here because the rest of the shirt fits. So I wasn't like Karen that I needed to start off with a little bit, expand to a bigger bit, and go down. What I'm doing is putting the right sides together, and I'm finding the center of my shirt. Center, back. Now, if you're laying it out and everything, you can be a little bit more particular than I am, but quite honestly, I'm going to have it done so fast you won't even know what I'm doing. So now what happens, I found my center back, but I want to take about 3/4 of an inch out there and 3/4 of an inch out here in a dart form. So I'm going to mark the center, from the center of my back to the shoulder seams, mark it. I'm just going to put a pin in here, put a pin in there, okay? Now we have to say how far down do we want this. So again, this was just huge here. That's what this was. So I'm going down, say 4 inches. And it's very easy because it's folded in half, that I can just put my pin in there, come to this side, and put my pin in here. If you're more comfortable making a marker on it, be my guest. Okay? So what have I got? I got a marking from here to here on this side, and I have a marking the same distance from here to here on the other side. The center ones don't mean anything. They were just there to help me measure how much I needed from the shoulder seams to the back. Now I'm just going to take my pin, fold them. Okay? So now I know I have the same, I got to go to the bottom, which will be the same. I got to start up here, which will be the same. So I am just going to, I'm going to pin the other one just so, well, let's sew one, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. All I'm doing is folding it right there. The trick is to start exactly perfectly. Okay, you don't want half up. So hold it tight, put it in your machine, and stitch it down. Go a little bit, put some reverse on it. I don't want anything to ever have to fall apart. Don't do this kind of stuff twice. And all I'm doing is putting a dart in. You know how to put a dart in, hopefully. You can make it as big as you want to. Probably a bit more. This is going to take off about 1 inch on this side, and it's going to take off 1 inch, so 2 inches out of my neckline. You think that's a lot, but it's not. Okay, so now I'm coming down to a straight edge. Okay, watch. I'm going down to nothing. I'm going to reverse just to secure it because I don't want to ever have to rip it out, and I use my scissors to cut it off. And what I did was put a dart in there. Hopefully that kind of shows up. If you see it's just on a V, okay? But look what it did over here. No one's going to notice that. No one's going to see that. You're just not going to be pulling up your shoulders all the time. So much nicer. So now we're going to go over to the other side, fold it the same amount, see where my pin was. And I have my matching pin down here. So I know they're going to be the same length. Again, if you feel more comfortable taking a marking pen and drawing your V down, be my guest. No one is going to see this in your shirt. So, all right, I'm going to reverse it, come right on down. Let me get my hands out of the way so you can see. I'm doing the same V. You have to go slowly to go from a wide to a narrow, just because I don't want you to go like this and then over. All right, I'm off. Reverse it, tie it up, and knot it, and I'm done. I just took a shirt that was uncomfortable, that I don't want to wear, and put my dart in it. Do you see how that's done? And they match, and they're perfect, and they look good. Now, let me show you here. I'm thinking this might show up better because this has got too much of a print in it. Can you see that I folded it in half? I folded it in half again, just like I told you I did. Came down and put your dart in. Can you imagine that's probably a good 2 inches, all taken out. Now tell me that when you go right sides together, and this is a sweater. You can't see nothing, and it's going to fit on me so much nicer to be able to do it. It's a very simple technique, but having clothes that you don't like the fit of and you're not wearing we can repurpose them. We can make them just a little bit of changes. I really want to just encourage you today on how I do that. Now this one is a gorgeous jacket, and I'm a bargain shopper, but it was a gorgeous jacket, okay? It's a full jacket, meaning there's lots of fabric in it. But what happened to me again is I could take out, I don't even know why I bought it at the size, but it was a couple years ago, and then I found it in my closet. I had to go right sides together, fold it in half, just like I did the other one. This has a hood on it. But you know what? You're not going to wear the hood. It's there for decoration, right? So I started here at my hood. You can't tell I did that. All right, started here at my hood. And I'm comfortable with a serger, so I just started here, and I cut off about 3 inches off of this and just serged it right on down and cut it. Now you may decide that you'd like to start with a dart here little. Come on, take all that out, get rid of it, okay? And come on down. Do it with your sewing machine first, and then whip it off with the serger. So it just depends, but look, no one's gonna know, and it fits so much nicer around here. It's still a flowing top, but it isn't as obnoxious as it was. It was just too big. Isn't that easy? So sometimes we don't realize that all it is taking a stitch and going boom, and you're done. And you can't tell what I did. You can't see anything. You can't tell. And the hood, so right up here on the hood, you can see a tiny little bit there, right? But guess what? My hood's down. No one's going to see anything. Easy to do, simple to do, but again, taking up some clothing that just seems too big here. You don't have to undo the hem, take the hem out, put the hem back in. You don't have to do it. If you have a serger, you're going to go click and you're done. Leave it alone. If you're uncomfortable, take it with a straight stitch, put it on, feel it, see if it looks good, and then serge it right on off if you have a serger. If you don't have a serger, let's use an overcasting on your machine. Let's use a 3-step zigzag on your machine. I'm going to put some elastic in and show you a little trick there. So let's do one more dart. And this is what started this whole conversation, is our girls come on in and they're younger, and you can see them constantly. You might find yourself doing that, pulling up your pants, okay? Well, some of them, things were showing that shouldn't have been showed. But like my hips are much bigger than what my waist is. So by the time I get my jeans on my hips, the waist can be a little bigger. Do you remember, I was thinking about this today, in my childhood, my mother, and in the beginning of adulthood, you wanted elastic in the back of your pants. So you had a regular pair of pants on, but then elastic was in them. Do you remember when elastic waist pants were the biggest thing out there? Why? Because they stayed up. So we don't want elastic waist pants on everything on our tailored clothing. We want it to fit us, but we want to feel comfy in it, so it's not binding. So I take my jeans and I put darts right in my jeans, right on the back pockets. Okay, I fold it in half. I get my pocket out of the way, just pull it up. And all I did, I needed to take off about 2 inches. So I went 1 inch in, going on down here to the pocket. So the pocket, I'm stitching, here's the pocket. Okay, so the end of it is hidden in the pocket, not that it needs to. But you can see that, at the end of it is right there. But all I'm doing is folding it, making sure my pocket is out of the way. Don't take your waistband off. Don't do anything. Just take your thread and put it here. If you notice, there's a good inch there, but it comes right on down to nothing. Because my hips need the fabric, my waist doesn't. So it was pretty funny because I told the girls, let's do this, you guys we are all just pulling up our pants, and everybody was just looking like that, going like this, you know. So we all got us girls together and we all brought in our pants, and everybody did these. It took us about a half an hour and everyone did 3 or 4 pair, but boy, it made a difference, and it was kind of funny how everybody was so excited to have the change, but yet it was just nothing to it. So just that little tiny dart can make a big adjustment in how it looks for you. So stop and think, what is your issue? And if you have an issue, go on the app and write it down. I'll address them. So we all got issues in fitting. And the clothing out there doesn't fit our bodies, but we can make it fit our bodies because we got a sewing machine. Okay, I got one more for you. So there are times, someone doing a nightgown or, okay, there's times that you get a hem and it might be all gathered. A gal was making Barbie skirts, baby doll skirts, and she was having a hassle getting her elastic in. So I want to show you a little trick that you can do on your machine. So first of all, if I want to put a hem in, and it's got elastic right here, and then a ruffle, right? Okay. You'd like that same look, but you need it up here. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my fabric, cut it where I need it, and fold up my hem. I'm doing this on a large 1.5 inch hem so you can see better. Okay? It might be right along here, but I'm just going up so you can get the visual. Here's my technique for you. I'm taking my elastic. Now normally you would probably make a casing, string it through, all that sort of thing. I challenge you to try this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is show you what my stitch looks like, for the simple fact that then you can find the 3-step zigzag on your machine. So I've got white thread in here. I'll show you the trick in a minute. Zigzag, if you're not just doing an applique, you don't need it. On here, all I have to go is to number 11. Oh, sorry. Okay. Take it as wide as your machine can go. My machine's a 7 millimeter. And this is what it's doing. going to spread it out a little bit. Now, if I can slow it down, you might see that the needle is taking additional steps through there. So that's stitch number 11 on my machine. I also have stitch number 12. So you'll just have to see what your machine has. This one takes smaller stitches. It's much my favorite. I'm making it wide and long so you can see it. Okay, so this is called a 3-step zigzag. This one is a 2-step if you were doing some mending on heavy fabrics. They've got both in the machine. What is that stitch designed for? Number one, if I was mending anything, putting a patch on. All right, I'm going to shorten this up now. This is your absolute nicest darning stitch, done so quickly, all on its own. If you can see, I'll go a little slower, it's taking 3 steps for each zag. Therefore, it's much, much stronger than what you'd want to be able to do. I want you to find a 3-step zigzag on your machine. If you're doing binding, quilt binding, and you're sewing it around with a zigzag, try a 3-step zigzag. It doesn't show up as much. If you're mending a towel, you know how towels kind of look bad on one end, run it right on down. It's going to stop all the ravelings big time. You don't have to do it as close as this. Close as this is if you're really mending a tear. One of my girls, when I told her I was doing this video, she goes, can you tell them how to correct the inside of a thigh when your thighs rub the fabric out? We were kind of laughing about that. Okay, so maybe you're lucky enough you never had to experience that. But if you have a pair of pants you love a lot, sometimes you wear out the inside thigh of the crotch, okay? So that's what I told her. I said, let's put an iron-on interfacing and stitch it down with this. Now, why did we do this? Because it doesn't show as much when you're using blue on blue or black on black. You also can take that stitch, and if you watch Beyond the Basics that I do, I take that stitch and put it right down to 0, and then that will be your bar tack. So on your belt loops, bar tack. Fabulous, fabulous. Okay, talking too much. Let's move on. I want a hem. I got a little granddaughter, 4 years old, has to look like a princess all the time. These little tricks save me hours, and it's really sharp looking. And quite honestly, it's good enough for a costume. So it is what it is. But here's my trick. I'm going to take it underneath, in between my foot. Okay, I'm going to do it twice so I make sure you see it. In the foot and pull it around. What I have done is put it in between my foot. Every one of you can do this. Okay? Why did I do that? Because I got control of the elastic then. Have you ever tried to do something like this and the elastic went off and you're absolutely bonkers? Okay, I'm not going to have to do that. So I got it through the foot. I'm going to, sometimes you might want to lift it up. Remember that lifter I told you? Check this. I hope someone in this group realizes today that they have that function and they didn't know it before. I leave a little bit of elastic out. It's cheap, but I leave it out so I got something to hold on to just to get the first stitches in it. I am laying this elastic exactly on my hemline. So right here where the raw edge is, I'm laying the elastic on there. So it will finish that raw edge, right? Finish the raw edge and stitch it down. So if you watch the foot, I don't want it to be that close anymore. Remember how I changed it down? Okay, let's see. Okay. A little longer. I'm about a 2.0. Let's see if I like that. Okay, now watch. If you start off and you secure it, just let the elastic lay there. Let the 3-step zigzag go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? That secured that elastic so that when you stretch it, you're not going to pull it through your foot. But now all I have to do is I'm stretching my elastic. I'm stitching exactly over that hem, Exactly. Just relax. The more, I'm going to stretch this one tighter now. I'm just trying to show you what you can gain. If it starts, look at that, it pulled out of there, so don't worry, just stitch it back up on there, no big deal. Okay, cut my threads, pull my elastic through, and look what I created. I created my ruffle. So you can see how my ruffle is created right there. And I've replaced it with the elastic. Now by using a 3-step zigzag, and if I would have used blue thread, it wouldn't be showing. See, going like this, you can hardly see the white. But it finished the inside of it at the same time. So my little gal who was in here doing Barbie dresses had to make a Barbie dress, and I just had her do this on a little, it wasn't as big up here, so let's just say it looked like that. And she was so excited because she was just had to sew the seam down, and she had made a Barbie dress that can come into a Barbie long skirt. It was kind of funny, but it was a good fun thing to do, and so much easier to control the elastic, if you can see that, to control the elastic where you're stitching. Very simple. You can do up to, depending upon your machine, I can do up to almost 1/2 inch, sometimes 3/8, depending upon your machine, meaning the width from here. Okay, this is a 7mm machine, so it can do 3/8. So everybody's zigzag needle position varies. It goes from 5 to 9. So a 9 is going to let me do a 1/2 inch elastic. Of course, you spend more money, you get more things. Okay, anybody got any questions? Please respond. I'll try to match you. Show us on the app if you've got something you're creating, something you've got questions on. I'll bet you'll get 20 responses on how to fix it. That's what we do here. We share. We want you sewing, we want you having fun, and we want your clothes to fit. Hope to see you again soon. I want to invite you to join our Sew It Online membership. We are so excited. We have created an app, and it's so easy to watch the videos and be connected, whether you're on your phone, your tablet, or your computer. Our goal is to make sure there's inspiration, products, excitement, like we do in our store on a daily basis, out there to everyone in the world. We've created a lot of webinars with some of the most fantastic educators all the way across the world. We do that on a regular basis and then put them out there for people to watch for 3 days. When that gets over with, they go into our Sew It Online membership so you can watch them over and over and over and get cool ideas and inspiration. There's a lot of times we have courses that you can buy, or if you purchase a machine from us, many of them are free. The Sew It Online membership is $297 a year. I want to make an offer to the first 100 people to be able to join this for $147. There are so many cool classes that you're going to be watching, whether you're sitting there sewing and you're listening, or you're tired and sitting in your chair. Okay, again, for the first 100 people, you're not paying $297, you're not paying $197, you're paying $147, and you get access to every course that we've ever made. I think I can show you so many cool things that are new in sewing. I have a class that's called Beyond the Basics on there. I will blow your mind on how we're doing hemming, everything from double needles, everything that you can do on your sewing machine. All those stitches you don't use, you're gonna know. All those feet you're gonna need, you're gonna be able to do them. It's gonna involve you doing a lot of cool things and watching lots. They used to charge $97 for that course. It's included in this membership. We have a Surge Your Confidence course. That's included in this membership. We have this new applique course that teaches you all the new quilting techniques and all those things your sewing machine can do. That's included also, as well as everything in our library of classes. You're going to enjoy it and take you to a new level. We have everything from garment sewing from Patty Otto, the pattern designer. We have free motion, everything you need to know to master it. We have many different celebrities in here doing things on embroidery. the sergers, all the cool tricks that you're going to get, you're getting them all. Normally, each one of these classes go for about $97, and you're getting them all included for $147. There's probably $1,000 worth in there. We've got it. We want you involved. We want to relaunch this app. We're having fun and we're ready for you. You can head over to the checkout page and get your membership all taken care of. Now I'm going to start off with question and answer session. Let's see what you need help with, and I'll direct you.
Okay, everybody, we are back live to answer the questions. Thanks, everyone, for hopping on. There was a few questions in here that's going on, so let's go through there. First off, we will see Michelle in here. We want to give a big thanks to Michelle Gillambardo because she's right by our side building this, filming videos. The next video actually will be with Michelle, and I could be next week. I'll have to get from Michelle, or it'll be the week after. I'll email it out. But we are doing these live. We have other things, the charity center that we're adding, and that we have Ryan Smiles. What's the Meals for Wheels placemats,
Wheels,
Days
Ryan
for
Smiles.
Girls, and there's all sorts of charity sewing that they're adding. That's in the app. That's free for anyone to join.
By the way, we have to collect 750 Christmas pillowcases by December 1st for Ryan Smiles to give to all the children in Northeast Ohio hospitals. Need all the help we can get. I have some schools, actually, some 4th grade students that I'm giving them fabric for to do. So we're trying our best.
And what did you say? Baby Lock was coming in next week?
Oh, by the way, I see you folks at Cindy, and I see all you folks here. Baby Lock is there Tuesday, and it's a free event. I think it starts at 11. Get on my website or get on the email. 11 to 3, we have Lori Hernandez. You guys want to know IQ? You guys want to know embroidery, quilting, serging? She's the pro. She's one of the head educators. So she's there. It's a free event. We're going to have a party, lots of door prizes, lots of fun. After that, we have the head engineer from the Baby Lock company over in Japan coming to visit our store. So he wants to ask questions. He wants to know what we want. But guess what? I want to know things for you. Like, how do you keep your machine maintained at home? So we get them for a couple hours. It's going to be lots of fun. It's Tuesday. Lori is also doing a surgery event on Wednesday. I won't hold everybody up here. You can always call me tomorrow.
Yeah. So let's answer some questions.
Okay.
So they want to learn something about what's possible with sergers, some decorative stitches, hemming. There's great videos on hemming in the Beyond the Basics course. It's basically the way to go there. Same with decorative stitches, but we definitely will put those on some of these live streams.
I'm excited you folks want to learn a little bit about clothing. I see
piecing decorative stitches on a serger.
Pant leg thinner, armhole thinner. I think it's real important.
Are you sewing the dart on a knit with just a straight stitch?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was going down, not across.
Yeah.
You do have a minute zigzag. It's called a lightning stitch if we were going across. We should do that again.
If the armhole is a little too small, can it be fixed? Can you make it a little bigger?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I'll keep all these things on a list, and then I'll do them, and then get back with you.
It sounds like they wanted, I think the next webinar will be with Michelle. It's going to be what's possible with sergers and flat locking. It's already been decided. And the one after that, we can say anything you want to hear. So maybe we do another alterations. Is that a good idea? If you agree to that, can you post yes in the comments and let us know? What you say is what we're going to do. So this is our first webinar in a while. It's a lot to get it all going, and I think it went well. And I see there's a lot of maybe get the camera a little bit closer and stuff. I'm watching, I see that, and I'm going to take your feedback, and I appreciate that feedback. So thank you very much for that.
There's so much online that you can learn, but sometimes it's not what we need, and we don't need to have fun. I mean, we're not there for social. We're here to learn. And that's what I can do. I can help you with any sewing issue, especially any sewing machine issue. So We all set?
I think that's good. For the membership, let me just pull up and show you how it is. We have an app now. If you used it before, it's time to try it again. We have a community. You can go in here, share projects. You can comment. You can do inspiration. We'll be doing webinars in the app. There's going to be a charity center. Well, there already is. We're adding more to it this week. There's tons of courses, tons of webinar. Everything's rebuilt. It's worth checking out again. You can email me at connor@sodaonline.com. You can call Soda Online number if you have any questions over the app or need help getting in. We have support agents and everything. It's worth checking out. There's a lot going on. There's a charity center in the app. There's all that, and that's going to be free, a free part of it. So even if you don't want to buy a course from the membership, you can get in the app, see what everyone's doing, see their inspiration, be in the charity center, and there's some free sections in there as well. So just check it. Wait for us to launch that charity center next week, and that's about it. So thank you everyone
just
for
tell
hopping
us
on.
when you do your chats, or maybe next time, what time do you want this? So that's just something we want to do, it where we can benefit you.
I
the
think that's
most.
great. So if you can type in the chat if you like 8. We like 8 p.m. on Thursday. It's usually a good time for everyone. Maybe we're after dinner. We're doing that. It's a little late for us, but it is what it is. Judy, thank you for feedback. We need audio to be a little louder. I'm going to check that. Sonia, the app is the Soda Online app. So if you go to sodaonline.com, that is our online way to reach people that can't get to pins and needles, not within it, not coming in the store. And we have an app, and the app is a community. It's called Soda Online. If you go, seems like everyone likes 8 p.m. Thank you so much for that feedback. You can go in, and if you go to sodaonline.com, you buy the Beyond the Basics course or you buy the membership, you get access to the app, and it also has the you can access to on tablets or desktop. The app is just something that we never had before, and I think it makes it very easy for us to stay connected, watch videos, and sometimes we have trouble logging in. So, the app was a huge investment. It took me 1.5 years to build. It's very functional, and it's working very, very well compared to where we were before. So, we relaunched, we rebuilt this last 365 days. I'm super happy about it. I'm super excited to be with everybody here. Because it was a fun time. We used to do a lot of these. Another thing I forgot to say, we have a Soda Online Expo coming. The Expo has not been decided. The last time it was 4 days, and it was a lot, and we've decided to make one day. Sue, the webinars like this one go in live. I give it 72 hours for everyone to get their chance to watch, and if you miss it, it goes into the membership. And once they're in the membership, they never come out, and you have to be a member to watch. But we're adding all sorts of tutorials in there and patterns, and step-by-step instructions is really the item that you're going to see.
I'm going to build a whole course in there, because on alterations. From your feedback, I've always wanted to do this, so I will build a course. It might take me a couple months, but it'll be everything. So yeah. I like your feedback. Keep it coming.
Yeah. Carol, so these are taped, and then when you buy the member, it's able for you to rewatch this again for the next 72 hours. After that 72 hours, they go in the membership, which is $147 a year or $19 a month. I do have that option as well. And then you can go in there and watch this as many times as you want, or you can watch 100 other ones. There's courses in there, and you get every one of our courses that we've ever made. And there's 250 videos in it of everything. So there's a lot of information, a lot of good stuff in there, and there's a lot coming at it. I just have to say thank you again to Michelle, her, and my mom. We have really worked hard the last 75 days and started refilming and getting here. And we got the app rebuilt, and we're excited. I think the next one will be in 2 weeks, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go next Thursday, so we get 2 done in September. And then we'll have dates of this going live every 2 weeks. The Charity Center will be going 24/7 to get everyone sewing charity together, sharing projects. I think you'll see us more live machine demos in the store. You probably see us all over the internet. And the expo is coming.
Yeah, the expo is going to be cool.
So all day, all full day expo live streaming of all sorts of tips over sewing, embroidery, quilting, sergers.
We're going to try to do a real quick live with Lori Hernandez when she's in the store on Tuesday or Wednesday, so that we're friends with her. So we'll get her to bring out just to show you some of you who asked for serger techniques. I'll have you at least see samples so that you can be excited.
So Pat, hi Pat. We're always going to be emailing them out on pins and needles, but if you are on this, you'll be going into the Sword Online email list, and we're even going to come up with text message notifications, so you will definitely be notified. So we'll be putting them on Facebook. They'll be shown on Facebook everywhere. This one was kind of a test. Judy, thanks so much. The membership is awesome. She says it's worth the money. It's awesome. Also, remember, try the membership. So does Mary. She said the same thing. You know, we have built this and been adding to it for the last 8 years. I finally put it into an app, and it's the best it's ever been. And we have so much to film. We're actually in my own video studio here, separate from the store. We have our own studios. All sorts of stuff that's been developed for many years is here. So we thank you for the support and everyone saying that. Remember, if you try the app or the membership, it's 100% money back guarantee. Try it. You don't like it, 14 days, send me an email, give your money back. There's really there's nothing there's no risk. So we're going to get out of here. I thank everyone for joining. It's been super fun. We will have a lot coming, like we said, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.